The Misogi challenge, a modern rite of passage for mind, body, and spirit. In today's comfort-saturated world, we often forget what we're capable of. We live behind screens, within routines, and beneath our potential. But what if once a year you did something so challenging, so outrageous that it forced you to face your limits and break through them? That's the spirit of Misogi. What is Misogi? Misogi is an ancient Shinto purification ritual originating in Japan, traditionally performed under icy waterfalls or in natural bodies of water. It involves cold water immersion, breath control, and sometimes even chanting to wash away impurities. Not just physical dirt, but emotional, mental, and spiritual stagnation. It's about cleansing the soul, aligning with nature, and stepping into renewed awareness. Misogi is not about strength, it's about sincerity. From ritual to challenge, the modern Misogi. In recent years, Misogi has evolved beyond religious rituals into a deliberate act of voluntary hardship. Misogi is a physical and mental challenge that reclaims the spirit of transformation. Spearheaded by thinkers like Dr. Marcus Elliott, the modern Misogi is a once-a-year event so difficult that there's a 50% chance of failure. The rules of modern Misogi: it should be physically and or mentally extreme. There should be a real risk of not finishing. No audience. This is not for social media likes. It should change one's perspective on the way they see the rest of their life. From a holistic wellness standpoint, the Misogi challenge is more than a test of will. It's a full spectrum recalibration. Pushing beyond perceived limits activates the prefrontal cortex, engages deep concentration, and can restructure your relationship with fear and discomfort. Learning unfamiliar and more complex training routines also engages the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, a MCC region of the brain, which is important for increasing willpower, motivation, and perseverance to help us push through difficult but beneficial tasks, control internal body systems or interoception, and regulate emotions. Growth of the AMCC is linked to better self-discipline, cognitive function, and even longevity. It acts like a muscle that strengthens when we face challenges, enabling us to choose long-term rewards over short-term comfort, and is vital for linking effort to achieving goals. Strenuous, unfamiliar tasks force the body to adapt, strengthen, and detoxify, stimulating lymphatic flow, cardiovascular function, and musculoskeletal balance. Like cold plunges in Taoist and Ayurvedic cleansing rituals, Misogi resets energetic flow, chi or prana, breaking through stagnation that can lead to disease. Letting go of the ego, expectations, and habitual comforts creates space for inner clarity and reconnection to purpose. It becomes a form of sacred self-inquiry. We can design a Misogi challenge for different wellness levels, such as for seniors or holistic wellness groups, such as challenging oneself to a 12-hour digital fast with 6-hour silent walking meditation. Why? Because this encourages mindfulness, self-awareness, and reconnection with breath and body. Modify it with journaling and gentle breath work, such as Qigong or walking Tai Chi. For a more moderate fitness level, a challenge might be a 20-mile nature hike with water-only fasting. Why? Because this would combine physical exertion, solitude, and environmental reconnection. Modify it with breaks for seated meditation or breath practice every 5 miles. A challenge for more advanced practitioners or athletes could be a challenge with carrying a heavy object like a rock, sandbag, or weighted backpack across natural terrain for 2 to 3 hours in silence. Why this challenge? Because this method would deeply test one's body and mind under primal conditions. It could be modified with chants, breath pacing, or visualization. A true Misogi doesn't end when the task is complete. The reflection period afterward is just as important. Journal about what arose emotionally and physically. Meditate on what you let go of and what you discovered. Ask yourself, who was I before this? and who am I now? Integration of the Misogi experience is key. So how can we apply Misogi in the modern world? While Misogi may sound extreme, it addresses a modern spiritual hunger or the need for voluntary adversity, strategic trauma, that leads to inner growth. We lack rites of passage in our society, and so our transformation remains stunted. Misogi reclaims this space and offers a framework for regeneration, not just resilience. In the end, Misogi isn't about conquest. It's about coming clean with your body, your breath, your fears, and your forgotten strengths. Misogi is less about proving you can finish and more about remembering what's possible when you try. Even once a year, stepping into something so bold, uncomfortable, and transformative can reset your relationship with fear, complacency, and the stories you tell yourself. Misogi is a sacred dare to become fully alive. Last year, I committed to a 3-month rigorous physical training regimen to prepare for a 10-day hiking expedition across Utah's Mighty 5 national parks. We were to hike 10 to 15 miles a day through treacherous terrain and at various elevations. A journey that demanded not only endurance, but also mental clarity and emotional resilience. In many ways, it became my own version of a Misogi challenge. Drawing from decades of experience in martial arts, Tai Chi, Qigong, and other time-tested fitness and wellness systems, I developed a holistic training protocol that addressed balanced breath, posture, flexibility, and mindset. This integrative approach not only strengthened my body for the miles ahead, but also deepened my presence and appreciation for the journey itself. I now help others design their own Misogi-style challenges, whether it's a hiking goal, a fitness milestone, or a personal rite of passage, using adaptable practices rooted in Eastern movement arts and modern wellness science. You don't need to be an elite athlete, you only need the willingness to step beyond comfort and toward transformation.